I'm confident that's the lowest I'll score in this season. Alright, let's move on to fifth place. This might surprise some people. We got a 3-1 team, Avery, sitting out fifth.
Woo! Avery.
Let's explain why we got Avery.
For disclosure, we were not unanimous on this decision.
Okay.
Avery's 3-1 too. 3-1.
So, what I was looking at is, so let me just say who we have in fourth place. So I can better explain that. Fourth place, I got Marvin at 2-2. Yes, I know Avery do have a better record than Marvin, but we had to go by the tiebreaker point wise. Now Marvin do have more points than Avery, and Marvin do have more points against than Avery, meaning that he had a tougher matchup.
Hey man, keep calling me so you think I gotta. Hey man, you calling me, bro?
So that was my decision on moving Marvin up higher than Avery, even though Avery is 3-1.
Yeah, Avery, man, you feel me? The points against, you got 350, bro. I got like 436 scored against me. That's when Calvin, all the boys put the points against me, dog. Over there, Steve, Calvin, who else I played?
Man, I'm at 440, bro. Points against.
Yeah, 440. That might be the most, bro. That is the most.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after fight to the end.
Yeah.
David over there racking up numbers on RD, best friend. How you do your best like that, David, bro? That's crazy.
All right. So who we got at third place? At third place, we got Steve-O.
Yes, sir.
He's at 3-1.
Yes, sir.
He was game. Bouncers. That was undefeated.
Yeah.
Was
Undefeated. Steve
But-
was undefeated, bro. Why y'all trade Mahomes to me, bro?
That ain't happening.
You ain't do it. That ain't happening.
He's not doing that. Not at all.
Why y'all think he lost his league? His quarterback played good.
Well, the rest of the team didn't. So that kind of affected him. Let's see what Steve did this week. Week 4.
He scored 99 points. Melvin Gordon went home.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek went straight. Everybody else only had single digits, bro.
Singletary at 13.
Melvin Gordon went home. But he was Jack just can't play, man.
One of the greatest league.
Yeah.
You better do it. Like I said, he played against a good opponent.
Yeah. And speaking of who he went against, which is Jack. So we have Jack at second place.
Yes.
The newbie, the first year in the league, and he's already making noise.
Hey.
Okay. Look at Jack.
So he's sitting at 3-1, second place. You got a pretty solid team.
Yes, he does.
Jackson. What's up, Jack? You feel me?
He has a pretty solid team. He had Kamara, Breeze.
Oh, he got a duo.
Yep. And he got one receiver that I like. Let me see if you can point it out.
Darren Waller been doing his thing too.
Yeah.
I think last week he did.
Yeah,
Who's
Robbie
he
Anderson.
Oh.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. We're going to get into number 1. So I'm going to explain how I sorted out the top 3.
Okay.
So that leaves none other than CJ2K at number 1.
CJ2K, who took an L this week.
Yeah. So here's how I broke down 1, 2, and 3. I looked at your performance throughout the season and your opponents you went against and how well they scored. So when I broke down their matchup, CJ2K's opponents have scored up to this point 428 points, which is one of the tops in our league in regards to points against. So that indicates that throughout the season he has a pretty tough matchup. And what helps with that is he's actually the leading scorer in our league.
447.
About 1 point.
He's the leading scorer in our league. So
this nigga's fine, like
he's the leading scorer in the league.
That's why the way to interject in that, you feel me?
He's the leading scorer in the league. So I think it's only right. He's the highest scoring and points allowed. Yeah. He has pretty tough competition. So I think that was the easy decision to put him at number 1.
And his streak too.
Yep.
He got a long streak.
I think that was fair. I think that was only right.
Respectable. I respect it.
CJ2K.
So let's run that list again in order so they can understand as well. You can start from 12 to 1.
All right. So bottom 12, we got RD. 5 to the end. 0-4. Polo at 11, sitting at 1-3. Wesley at 10, sitting at 1-3. Fryer at 9, sitting at 2-2. Dub at 8, sitting at 2-2. David 7, sitting at 2-2. Me at 6, sitting at 2-2. I'm not top 5. Dang. I feel hurt. I feel hurt.
It's average for both this week.
And then we got Avery at 5, sitting at 3-1. And then Marvin at 4.
Oh, there you go.
Sitting at 2-2. And then we got Steve-O at 3rd, sitting at 3-1. And Jack 2nd. Then CJ2K at 1.
CJ, that's the first name, right?
I know. That's CJ2K.
Yeah, I gotta give it a better name. I had the whole song on my job, bro. It's like a play like an anthem.
I think my name says it all.
Another one.
I am.
Another what?
Yeah.
Another championship. Okay. That's what I'm aiming for.
Okay. Oh, okay. Look, Kendrick.
All right. Wesley, we do got something coming up. A new ranking. I should say. We call it tier. We did tease them a little bit last week. We're not gonna drop it this week, but let's tease them a little bit more.
What is this tier thing I'm talking about?
Tiers?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how I break down tiers. Similar to contenders and pretenders, but with the tiers, I'm going full league. I'm going all 12 teams.
Yeah.
You may be ranked middle of the pack, but I may still view you as a tier 1 championship level kind of team.
Okay.
You may be at the top. And I might think, you're a tier 2. You're just having a good start, but I don't anticipate that you'll finish off the season, as high as you are at the moment. You may be at the bottom, like I explained. You may be at the bottom, and I think you're a tier 2 kind of team. Someone who will make the playoffs, and, makes a decent run. So
it goes by the team and not by their record? You're looking at, their team.
So,
yeah, in a way.
So, it's similar to how fantasy football does their final projection. I look at your entire roster. I look at your schedule. And
you look at schedule.
Yep. And I'll anticipate what I expect your team, to be. And based off that, I have my tiers. So, as an example, if we're just going with our current standings right now, current power ranking, CJ2K will be a tier 1. Jack probably is tier 1, and Steve will probably be tier 1 because highest ranking right now. Teams are looking good, but as the season goes on, and I'm gonna drop my first official tiers in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So close to the midway point, and at that point, I have a better idea of what the teams are and what they're gonna be. So you may look good. Your record might be say 7-1, and I may say, you won't make it out the first round or second round because I just don't buy into your team, and I'll explain my reasons why I don't buy into your team. So
let's tease them a little.
Sports analysis type vibe right there.
Let's tease them a little bit. Let me throw a name out there. RD.
RD?
He's at the bottom. Where would you rank him?
All 4 to be exact.
Yeah.
He hasn't won not one game.
He has tier 2 potential, but right now he's a tier 3.
Okay.
But he has the potential to be a tier 2.
So how many tiers is it?
There's 3 tiers. I'm going 3 tiers. I'm going championship level.
It's tier 1.
Tier 1.
So whatever team you said tier 1s are guaranteed pretty much.
I think you can win the championship. I think you can win the championship. Yeah. Tier 2, you're a playoff caliber team, but there's potential you may not make the playoffs.
Okay.
You're somewhere in the middle, but you're a playoff team. You're a respectable team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tier 3s, you don't have a shot. I don't care what you're doing. You will not.
It's an L.
You will not. I don't like your team.
You could score 130. You're like, nah, still an L.
I mean, I might say it's a good week, but I don't expect you to make any noise in the playoffs.
Yeah. So
I'm going to break it down, and I'll give detailed analysis on why I feel the way I feel.
Yeah, that's like the power ranking, but even deeper because you're explaining why this person is not going to be as raw.
Yeah. And I want to give it time. I don't want to give my suggestions on people's roster. So I want the season to kind of go on and let things be what it is. So that as the season goes on, then it's like, okay. Or maybe I might do it after the trade deadline.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, when's the trade deadline?
I might do it after the trade deadline.
And let's say you do tiers and somebody changes like 3-4 good, like 3-4 players.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, now this person doesn't know that, like I have like Cam Akers and Taylor now and stuff.
Nah, not happening.
Not happening? Yeah. I'm about to say, tier 1 right there, isn't it?
I might do it after the trade deadline, but I'm definitely going to break it down. I'll give detailed analysis on every individual team and why I feel the way I feel about your team.
Okay. So. Marvin did ask, trade deadline is in November. I don't know the exact date, but I will get a date. As we get closer into the end of October, I would start putting the date out there.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know now, though? It won't tell you now?
It will tell me now, but I'm probably going to change it because I haven't looked at it. Because I kind of want it to be like before Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving timeline. But I think that's what we've been doing, so I'll stick with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but as we get closer to it, I'll get more information on how we do on the day of the trade deadline. But just a snippet, on the day of the trade deadline, every trade goes through. I accept every trade I go through. And then,
you have Taylor.
Then we'll go through that.
Just don't make the trade deadline on Thanksgiving again.
Nah, that won't happen. So, but I do gotta say they give me days that I can choose from.
Okay.
I can't set the day myself.
Okay.
Like they give me a set of the days I can choose from.
And speak on that. Do we have an agreed upon date?
As for the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Let me see if I get some dates out. Let me give me a second.
We'll get back to the listeners on that. We'll get back to
you might put it in the chat.
Okay.
We'll get back to it on that.
All right, cool. I'm excited about the tier. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about the tier.
Break it down.
I like it because it shows like underdog too. It's like, dang, you had this person at this spot and they still made it here.
Like I said, I still believe in our need. That's what I mean. Going for, and you know how they was on 5 last year.
Yeah, I believe in Artie last year, isn't it? Did Artie make the playoff last year?
No, but he had a strong finish. He had a strong finish.
But another team that was big on, like you just said, David.
Yeah, I was just about to say David made the playoff.
Last year
I told David. I said David was 0-5, and I said I still like David's team.
Yeah.
I still like David's team.
Yeah.
And David made a run. David made a run.
He had made some trades though. That's what it was.
But that's the thing though. He made some trades, but I saw how his team loved him. Man, this team can still make moves. This team still has potential. So.
Yeah. All right. What's next? What next? You guys want to start moving forward to week 5?
Oh, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's see what we got to start for week 5. I played number 2.
Jack?
Yep. Jackson.
I ain't gonna lie, we probably got a lot of good matchups.
Great matchup.
Big.
I played Jackson, man.
It might be a high scoring week.
Hey.
I call it.
I got Derrick Henry back.
I think we're gonna like at least 4 or 5 teams above 100.
Oh, no. Derrick Henry going against Buffalo, bruh. He gonna be running through that. He ain't got no calves. Get off me, stiff arming everybody, no calves.
You see how this man Marvin stipulated Derrick Henry running.
How you so wrong with no calves, bro? Like, I thought it was requirement, like, you want to be running back? Let me see your calves, nigga.
Oh,
Derrick Henry, bro.
So we couldn't come up unanimously on a game of the week. So each of us, got our own game of the week.
Yes, sir.
My game of the week, I went with Dove versus Avery.
Okay.
That's my game of the week.
What's your reason?
Because I think it's gonna be. I was looking at the matchup that each player have on both teams. Mm-hmm. They both seem to have favorable matchups, meaning that possibility of them putting up high numbers.
Okay.
So that's why I think it's gonna be a high scoring. Both scoring. I'm calling it both scoring over 117, 110. So that's my prediction.
This is not a good matchup, so I ain't gonna lie.
That's my prediction on that game of the week. But there's another good game of the week, but I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay. Yeah. Any matchups that stand out with that game of the week?